Hey Libra, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your January 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Libra, welcome to 2024. I'm getting a very interesting message right away for you. And what I'm hearing is a lot of you Librans have jumped timelines. You have decided to shift, alter, or redirect the course of your destiny in some way, shape, or form. So a lot of you, this does stem from some past choices that you've made to change your life in a big way, Libra. And I'm really liking this because something is shifting within you. That inner knowing is finally making its presence in the external world. Okay, so something you've known for quite some time is taking shape. So you may have made some big decisions to release some heavy burdens that you've been carrying, because what we have in the past position here, maybe your previous 2023 energy, this could even be in the recent past, the distant past, whatever this was for you, you were carrying some burdens. And the 10 of Wands says it's time for a new beginning. It's time to put down those burdens. It's time to ease some of those fears, stressors, betrayals, pain, heartache, whatever it was that you'd gone through. And it certainly looks like you've gone through something, because the lesson here was the Tower. The lesson of some of these burdens that you've been carrying, a lot of you, part of the lesson was putting out all of these little fires around you, possibly a very big fire. There could have been major destruction where something came crumbling down in your world. This could be a relationship. This could be a job. For some of you, there was an unexpected move or a health concern or even a death in the family. There is something that you're finally able to lay down, and I feel like it's been a long time coming for you. This is good that both of these cards are in the past position and the lessons, but the lessons from the Tower, I feel, are the most pivotal in our lives. We go through that Fool's journey, and the Tower is something that sometimes we can avoid, but typically not, right? Sometimes we dodge a bullet, but a lot of times when something comes crumbling down, it was meant to be. It is destined. It's fated. It's something that was built on maybe a faulty foundation in the first place. And it really changes and shifts the trajectory of your life. And maybe that's why that message was coming in even before this card came out, because this can be a major surprise. And what I like about the Tower is it actually shatters an old belief system and opens you up to reprogram or re-update belief systems that were maybe based in an illusion, right? So perhaps you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with someone, and you realize that that person wasn't who you thought they were, right? Because you do have the Seven of Swords, and this is part of what is inspiring you to move forward. So going into your aspirations for the future, this is about you releasing and letting go of secrecy, hidden energy, fight or flight. This is about betrayal. It can be lying, cheating, sneaking around, people that try to get away with things. And that is what you are altering. You are saying, I don't want to deal with any of this sneakiness. And it's also card 7. In 2023, was a 7-year, and 2024 is an 8-year, which is all about strength. It's about what you've learned from some sort of betrayal. Sometimes the Seven of Swords can also mean we're getting honest with ourselves, because a lot of times it's difficult to face the truth. It's much more comfortable to live in some sort of an illusion or even a comfort zone, even if that comfort zone isn't aligned with our inner truth, right? You see here that she's disguised as, these beautiful flowers around her, but she's a snake and she's trying to steal some of these eggs. So I feel like there may have been a person, place, or thing that was stealing from you having a new beginning or having a fresh start, because eggs can represent, new growth. I feel almost in a way here, Libra, like someone or something was holding you back and you didn't want to believe it. Okay. And that's what your aspirations are. You're saying, I'm getting honest with myself. I know that there was some sort of betrayal, or I know that I wasn't being honest with myself, but that's all about to change. And it has been changing. And I feel ever since even the eclipse season in October may have brought about a lot of revelations for you, Libra, but this is good being your inspiration, because you're not going to go back to that place. You can smell a lie or some sort of deceit from a mile away, right? And you also know now that you're never not going to be honest with yourself. Okay. And what is the motivating factor? What empowers you to move past the 7 of Swords? You have the Chariot, which is also a 7. So double 7 energy here. And this is pivotal because 7s are about spiritual awareness. They're about wisdom, insight, reflection. I mean, my goodness, Libra, whatever this tower was, whatever heavy burdens some of you were carrying for 10 years, maybe even a couple of decades, I feel like you are moving on from it. And in doing so, you're going to be victorious. Okay. Even though it was a slow kind of learning the lesson, you see that the snail is here representing the Chariot, but the snail has some wheels on him. So you're definitely moving on from something that it was a slow and maybe difficult or painful challenge, but this is the motivating factor. I mean, the Chariot energy is all about drive, direction, movement. It can be a very powerful force, spiritual force, but yet grounded. But it's important that you move out of it in I don't want to say a slow and steady, but I kind of feel that slow and steady movement forward where you're not looking back, right? You're not circling around. And some of you may have even circled around to relearn or it's almost like you've had to recalibrate in a way. You may have circled around a couple times and said, is this really right for me? Is this part of my personal truth? Is this something that I'm ready to let down? Should I let down the burden? Is it my burden? Maybe it's someone else's. So you did a lot of questioning, a lot of, evaluating. That's part of the 7 energy. You really had to get to the nitty-gritty, in-depth lesson that was being taught, but you've learned it. This is big, Libra. And what is empowering you as well is, yes, this Chariot, but I also feel because the challenge is the King of Pentacles, some of you, it may have been money. Maybe you stayed in a relationship or you stayed in a job because of money, but Spirit is saying the Chariot is the card of success. So if that may have been a fear that was holding you back, maybe you were codependent on someone else, or maybe someone is codependent on you financially. Perhaps there was a sense of stability, a dream that you always wanted. Maybe you wanted that happy family dynamic and you were willing to do whatever it took to hang on to it, even if the pieces were broken and you were holding on to them with both hands and you didn't want to really let something fall to the wayside. You've learned that you can't put something together in the exact form before it was broken. It's always going to have some sort of crack, right? When you think of a glass bowl breaking, you can put it together, but it's never, ever, ever going to be in that original shape that it once took place, or that original form. And with the King of Pentacles showing up here as your challenge, or possibly a part of what may have been difficult for you to move on from, I feel like you're going to be a-okay. You're going to be okay when it comes to finances. You're going to work your way to the top. You're not afraid to put in some blood, sweat, and tears in a way, because what comes after the 7s, the 8s, and we're in an 8 year. So this is a year where, yes, you're going to put in some work, Libra. I'm not going to lie and tell you it's going to be easy, but it will be worth it. And I feel like if money or stability or home, hearth, anything that's worth building is worth building and doing it right and doing what feels good for you, honestly, ethically, right? This is about you building your stability. And I feel like there's going to be more money for you to come in 2024, and January is the blueprint here. So a lot of you, this is really growing your reputation. I mean, look at this guy. He's standing on top of the antlers here. on this buck. And there's something that was challenging for him to climb to the top, right? Whether it was his reputation, his health, because Pentacle realm is something very physical, very earthly, finances, material gains. Some of you dealt with a little bit of a loss, right? Maybe through a divorce, or it was you had to purchase a property, or you had to take a little bit of a cut, but you're going to get that back and some, is what I'm hearing for you. Now, Libra, relationships and emotions in your energy at this time. You do have the Emperor in reverse. So some of you were dealing with someone, in Aries possibly, someone who may have thought they were an emperor, but they weren't. Okay, this could have been a husband. Some of you were dealing with someone who may have struggled with paternal or father issues as well. Maybe they had a little bit of a temper. The Emperor in reverse can be manipulative. They can be narcissistic. They can even sometimes abuse their power. They have a high ego. When the Emperor is in the the correct position or higher vibrational frequency, they're very powerful. They are someone who is very loyal, and you can count on this person. But when they're in reverse, there's something affecting their energy. And I feel like that was part of a situation you were dealing with. Now, in love, it could be within your own father or paternal energies. It could be brother. It could be a boss. But because we're clarifying here relationships and emotions, most likely this is something that did pull at your heartstrings, Libra. And I feel like whoever this was here for you, you had to work through some deep emotions, maybe even within yourself. This can be releasing some sense of control. I'm also getting here codependency, because the Emperor in the upright is typically the opposite of codependent. They're very independent. They built an empire by going through and learning different life lessons, right? And there may have been a situation where codependency was a factor when it comes to emotions or when it comes to love. And I feel like someone may have been trying to manipulate or persuade you into believing them with the Seven of Swords. I mean, when you have the Emperor and the Seven of Swords, this is a recipe for master manipulation here. And I don't like it. So I'm grateful that that's part of what you're letting go of. Now, what you have with your career, your work, your finances. Some of you are in the public spotlight. Some of you are stars, Libra. You have the star energy. So you could be healing your financial struggles. Some of you, if you have struggled financially, or if you've struggled getting a job, or if there's just been some setbacks in the past, maybe due to power and authority or due to the economic downfall, we've all been going through ups and downs, major ups and downs in the last 4 or 5 years. And I feel like this is recuperation, but this is also about, being a star. It's about fame, fortune. It's about your dreams manifesting, wish fulfillment. So when it comes to your career, Libra, you have some big goals, and I do feel like you're going to get recognized for them. So beautiful energy. Some of you could even be taking a loss that you've endured with the Tower. You're releasing it because you have the 10 energy, rolls into a brand new beginning here, and you're really going to build yourself up with the Emperor. If we're looking at it from a holistic point of view, with the Emperor, the Pentacles, the Chariot, I mean, finances look beautiful for you after a time of maybe some sort of serious setback here of maybe a boss or someone you worked with, someone betraying you, telling you that they were going to help you climb to the top, and then it backfired. You're definitely healing that situation. And I am getting here stardom, whatever that may mean for you, stardom. Maybe you are an influencer. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. Perhaps you are looking to put your resume out there. I just feel like you're above the competition here, Libra. So beautiful when it comes to finances, work, and career. So let's take a look at health. Yeah, 5 of Cups in reverse. Some of you are healing depression. You could be healing disappointment, a broken heart, betrayal, some sort of loss. But the good news is it's showing up in reverse, which means instead of focusing on what you've lost, you see here that she has her head down. She's looking at the 3 flowers that have come off of something that's been growing, right? So you were growing maybe a business, a relationship. There was something that was growing within you. It could have even been, I'm getting for some of you, this is very personal. but it could have been life within you, that there was some sort of loss or something of that nature. If so, I'm giving you a lot of hugs. Regardless of what this is here, it's deep, it's heavy. There's something painful behind it. But the good news is when it does come to your health and well-being, you're starting to look on the bright side, Libra. You're starting to see not only is there light at the end of the tunnel, but you're seeing that you've gone through the tunnel and that there are plenty of brighter days ahead instead of shadow and gloom. Okay, so Five of Cups, this can be it can be stress release. It could be mindful meditation. Some of you are meditating a lot more. You may be working with the energy of water, maybe taking a lot of salt baths. You may be taking a lot more showers. Maybe you're near a body of water. Maybe you're drinking a lot more water or staying hydrated. You could also be working with plant medicine, aromatherapy. I feel like you are taking care of you. Okay, so Five of Cups energy is about allowing yourself to grieve, giving yourself the necessary time to do so, especially after a tower. It's not something like we just have a tower or we have a betrayal or someone cheats on us or we're in an abusive narcissistic relationship and then boom, we move out and everything's great. No, there is a grieving process here and you've allowed yourself to grieve and to shed some tears and to shed some of those burdens that you've been carrying. And for some of you, this has been a long time. You've carried something for a long time. But when it does come to health and well-being, I feel that the solar plexus chakra, you can see that the primary color in this card is yellow, and that's the solar plexus, the belly area. Some of you may have even struggled at times with gut health or IBS or ulcers, stomach inflammation, stomach acid, but it's also about empowerment. It's about you feeling confident. It's about your place in the world. And that's what you are gaining back, right? You felt like you've lost your power in some way, shape, or form, and you're starting to build your strength and your confidence back after some sort of a loss. So beautiful energy. Please seek medical professional advice as well if need be. I'm not a medical professional. All right, Libra, spiritual energy and inner fulfillment. Wow, you are connected to your destiny. Remember what we said in the very beginning of the reading? There's something that you know is shipping. Well, some of you, maybe there's something you're shipping out. Some of you are literally shipping out. Maybe you're in the military or something of that nature. But this is destined. You knew, or at least you do now, that an experience that you've gone through, Libra, excuse me, was fated, was destined. It was karmic for some of you. And you know that you had to repeat some sort of a cycle or the why of repeating a cycle. Maybe it was repeating the same type of person that maybe mirrored or mimicked a father, or it could be the same type of people that you introduced into your life, or maybe you kept getting denied after denial for a job, or maybe you kept having a continuous health issue. There's something that was repetitive and you finally realize, wow, I've learned the lesson. I can finally shut the door. And that's why this tower came in. And some of you may have even had more than one tower in the same situation. Wheel of Fortune is trusting in divine timing. So when it does come to your spiritual energy and inner fulfillment, I also get that this is about you releasing karmic contracts. Boom. Whew, I got major goosebumps. Libra, releasing karmic contracts here. That's part of your spiritual fulfillment. So there was some sort of contract that you're releasing because you've learned it. And it took some time. It took some years, right? Some of you, especially with you being, if you're a sun Libra, as I am, it can be about turning those wheels and thinking and thinking and thinking and processing. And sometimes that's why something takes so long, is because you have to figure it out. You have to rationalize it and think about it logically and really get to the nuts and the bolts in this situation. And you can see the gears going within herself. And it starts all the way with the root chakra and it kind of comes up here to the heart. So it could have been something, maybe even childhood traumas, or maybe some childhood energies that you haven't quite worked through. I feel like there's some sort of completion here, and that shows up at the end of your reading as well. All right, when it comes to what you most need to focus on, Eight of Swords, getting out of your own head, realizing that you have the ability to fly. whatever that may look like for you, because sometimes the Eight of Swords, it is about telling ourselves an old story. It's like that old broken record, again, that keeps playing on repeat. We just talked about this. You're out of this. Look at, you have the cage is open, and it was shut down, locked down, or it just felt like that cage would never open, even though it's probably been open all along. Now it's time for you to tell yourself a new story. So what should you focus on most of all here is moving toward freedom, freeing your thoughts, releasing yourself from these burdens, because some of you, they may still be lingering, right? They may still be lingering, and they may show up as triggers at times or fears, but you are in control here, Libra. That's what the Eight of Swords reminds you, that it's our shadows, it's our own self-sabotaging behaviors or our old wounds of the past that keep us caged, but you have everything within you now to fly. So focus on flying, focus on releasing yourself from that which burdens you. All right, most important lesson for you is realizing that you have more than one option, and to realize that your dreams are manifesting. I like the Seven of Cups here, especially because you do have the Star showing up. So some of you could be focusing on different ways to increase your finances, new income sources. Some of you, this does have to do with your dreams of business, maybe retirement, saving money. I feel like there could be a lot of options coming in here for you. And the lessons are understanding and knowing that there's more than one thing that you can do in your world that could be quite successful. But sometimes, Libra, you may feel a little bit indecisive because there's so many things out there where you may feel overwhelmed, and that can actually put you back in this cage. So part of the lesson is understanding first and foremost that you're a shining star. There's nothing you can't reach for, right? But choose one of those things, choose a direction, choose something you want to focus on here, and then follow through. Stay consistent. And you can see that her wand is pointing to one specific North Star here. And it doesn't mean that these other ones are out of the picture, but it means that focusing your time, your energy, and attention on one of the things is going to help manifest it quicker and sooner versus the scattered energy of trying to rein in all of these stars. Just focus on a couple of things that are high up on that priority list of yours, Libra. That's a big lesson. Now, your final outcome for January, but also part of what you're going through, is the World. Now, the World energy is all about endings, completions, accomplishments. Now, some of you, because the World is showing up here in reverse, you may still feel a little bit stuck at times because you already know that you've learned what you've needed to learn, right? Judgment Day has come. That's what comes before the World. So there is a new beginning that you've already stepped into. It's like crossing that threshold, and sometimes a lot of people stay right on that bridge because they're fearful of crossing completely over, because what if that bridge goes up and you can't cross back over? But I feel for you, you've already done the crossing work. Now it's just stepping into this new energy, this new life, this new you, in a sense. Because again, once something's been shattered, once you've gone through an experience, you will be changed forever. It's not that you'll go ever back to the original form of before that experience. But that's part of living our lives here on earth, is transmuting our energy to grow, to learn, to heal, right? Even if it feels like we break many different times, even if we go through many different experiences. But the World is saying here that you have the ability to not only uplift yourself and complete the cycle, but to raise the vibration of the planet, Libra. And a lot of you, you're star seeds. You see the star showing up many times, and that could be part of this when it comes to work as well. So you are a star seed. You are a healer. You are someone who has come to reach people, maybe on a global level. Some of you may even be contemplating moving globally or internationally. Maybe you're thinking about travel as well. You could be planning some trips in the month of January, or maybe you're taking trips, but you could be planning now. And with it being in reverse, I feel like you're planning now for maybe a later date, or you're doing some deep planning now about some new beginnings, because after the World comes the Fool. So it wouldn't surprise me to see in your February reading. I bet you we're going to see the Fool coming out, or at least some aces, because I'm actually getting Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. So some of you, I mean, there could be new love coming in, but I feel like there's something that really opens your heart, that you feel a connection to the world around you. Even if the world's been difficult, if it's been challenging, regardless of what is happening all around us, there is this interconnected, woven energy that we all carry, that we all are connected to each other. And I feel with this world showing up as your outcome, this is you needing to be proud of yourself for how far you've come on this journey. And you're definitely heading towards a big leap. And it is shifting, and the trajectory is different because you've learned something that maybe you've learned it earlier than maybe you set out to, maybe it was later, but you're realizing that you have this new sense of hope that you forgot you had, right? There's a dream that may be kind of coming back around for you to complete and fulfill, right? There's something within you that is being reborn. It's being revitalized here, Libra. And I really love the world showing up as your outcome, because even if you're still kind of riding that cusp of, tying up loose ends, I feel energetically, Spirit is patting you on the back saying, Libra, job well done. Now we'll help you with the pieces, putting the pieces together in the physical world. That's why you have the Chariot. That's why you have the King of Pentacles. That's why you have the Star, the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of helpful divine energy coming in to help point you on that right true north, which we see in the Seven of Cups. That is what I have for you, Libra, for your January 2024 bonus reading. If it helps, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So much love to you, Libra. Thank you all for your support, your kindness, and your shares. Till next time.